Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another round of sound. This is your Sunday Night Sports Showdown, brought to you by #1 Cochran. I'm Bob Pompeani. Boy, we have a lot to get into. This is NFL Draft Week. 3 days of expansive coverage, big-time viewership. It is a national holiday in many venues. We'll get into that, what the Steelers may do, but the #1 topic tonight on the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown remains the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are red hot. One of the best records in all of baseball. And here to discuss is your panel. We have Mark Kaboly from The Athletic and all his Steeler knowledge. In the middle is Jason Mackey from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, covering the Pirates, doing a great job. Chris Mueller from the PM team. We have fans of yours in Clinton, Pennsylvania, I understand.
Oh, big fans, I've been told, Bob.
So,
big fans.
Jason, I'm going to start with you on this one. 16-7, they've beaten up some bad teams, but you got to beat up bad teams when you can beat bad teams. Is this sustainable? And if so, how sustainable?
I mean, I would come off as a crazy person to say they're going to, whatever the winning percentage of 16-7 is the rest of the way.
110 wins.
Yeah, thank you.
Scoring at home.
Not quite sure they're going to get there. Can they play better baseball the way they're playing right now? Absolutely, and I think that's the most encouraging part about this. They're getting decent starting pitching. They should be able to continue getting decent starting pitching. They're getting enough offense. I think this is a much better offense than people thought. They're playing good defense. They're winning the games they should win. They're beating teams that they should beat. Why can't they continue to do that? Nobody's expecting them to take it to the Dodgers like they will this week. I mean, it's going to be an interesting series.
They beat them 5 out of 6 last week or last year. Come
they're
on,
playing
man.
a sustainable brand of baseball, and I think they can be a heck of a lot better. They've already shown they can be better.
I don't think their division's very good, so I think that's going to help them. The Brewers started fast, but I don't think that's a good baseball team. I really don't, or like a great one, I should say. I think that I don't trust Velasquez long term. I don't trust Rich Hill. And then I wonder if Priester coming up or Ortiz, if they're going to be given the innings, maybe if they are good enough, because we know the Pirates are kid gloves with that. With Contreras, they were. So that concerns me, the pitching depth in the long term. Brian Reynolds was the story for this team, right, fellas, before the season? Are they going to extend him or are they not? With O'Neal Cruz out, eventually they're going to need a guy to be like a super catalyst in the middle of that lineup. Yes, he does need to be the guy that he wants to get paid like. I think that's going to be the question here. What is Brian Reynolds able to do season long to kind of give them a steadying offensive force?
Mark Kaboly, what do you think?
I guess you could throw in second base, middle reliever, catcher, an outfielder or two. Connor Joe not batting 400. Am I going to be the only voice of reason right here?
No, I don't think they're.
Nobody's saying they're going to keep this up.
I don't think they're going to lose 100 games now.
Let's put this in perspective.
Have you revisited your predictions?
They're like 2 games through the NFL season.
Hey, I did some research for you, just so I can tell you where we're at right now. Your Pittsburgh Pirates.
What tweet did he find?
Are playing teams that have a 380 winning percentage so far. Okay, wait, let me finish. I know you're going. Okay. 10 of their 16 wins are against teams that have a 230 winning percentage.
Okay.
They've only beaten teams, they've only played 2 teams that are over 500, 11-10 and 12-10. Okay, they've beaten the teams they should be beating, and you have to give them credit for that. But 23 games into it, I am still where I am at before this. I need to see more. I am not erasing.
What more do you see?
What is the cutoff? I'm asking that not to be I know this is a showdown, but this is an anti-showdown tone I'm wanting to take. How many games through it would you have to see them be 15 games over? If they're 35-20 at 55 games in, then what?
I'm not even buying it then. I know you're not asking me, but you've got to get.
To Mark's point, though, that they've beaten crappy teams, I will say in baseball, unless you were like a godlike team, the really good ones tend to just crush the bad ones and tread water against the other good ones. Yeah. And that is the recipe.
On the positive side, you see improvements in the fundamentals, base running, fielding, situational stuff. You have to like that. But, what was the Jerry Mills year? They were in contention right then, right in August.
100 games in, they were something like 54.
So am I going to put 100 games on there? They'll be good or not? No, because we've seen it not work before.
They've been able to sustain an O'Neal. I know it's early. O'Neal Cruz injury.
43 years of nothingness,
so,
and we're talking about 23 games.
Nobody's looking at them to contend. Let's slow down here. What you're looking at them to do is show that they're getting better and actually be relevant with younger players and to give you a taste of it. We're talking about
Is
2011.
Connor Joe a younger player? Is he a future?
Connor Joe's been highly productive. I have zero issue with Connor Joe in the lineup. What I'm
But
looking
3
at
years
is
from
for
now.
this team to be 2011, 2012, somewhere around there. I want to see some sort of seed, so maybe next season they can actually compete when they have enough guys, when they have Brian Reynolds still around, when they have O'Neal Cruz help.
A wise man once said, you plant the seed, you reap the harvest. And he embodied what the Pirates are doing on the base path, speed, speed, speed.
Taking advantage of
The most impressive thing they've done,
Carlos Santana stole a base
the most
today.
encouraging thing I think all of this is pitch clock, and these new rules are helping them because it's making it more of a speed and athletic ability type of game, which it was in 2013 when like Alvarez led the NL with 36 home runs. You don't see that anymore. I think that helps them. What I think is the most encouraging thing here by far, Keller looks good. Contreras looks good. Oviedo looks like, 6'5", throws a power fastball and a power slider. Yes, please. Like 3 guys that you need to be really good for you.
You know what I need to see?
So far have been.
You know what I need to see? Brian Reynolds getting a contract to be around for 6 or 7 years. That's where I would be happy. I don't care.
But that does nothing to actually materially affect this year's team other than say, hey, you gave your best.
But that's going to tell you that they're serious with spending.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
would
fair.
agree with that.
That's
I
fair.
totally agree with that. Let me
They
ask
need
you
to
real
get
quick.
Reynolds done to show that to their
We
fans.
have we have about 2 minutes left. Derek Shelton got an extension. You talk about extensions. Did he deserve it, Mark Kaboly?
What is he?
Here, do you want me to be the bad guy first?
What's his career record?
I don't think he deserves. I don't think there's anything
I don't think it matters.
Well, how can you possibly have a good career record
No,
with
you
what
can't.
they've been using?
I don't think he's earned it, but I don't have no problem with it giving him how many more years. I mean, he's been put in a situation to fail, so why not?
I'll let Jason have the last word so he can, sound maybe more positive. I just don't think managers matter that much in baseball anymore. I really don't. I think it's a position of little value. Like maybe the best manager, Francona, I think is a great manager. Best manager might add a win or 2 or 3.
But it's about galvanizing that team
Okay,
too.
maybe
There's a lot of that going on with the culture building.
I think Andrew McCutchen being there does more to galvanize them than any one thing Derek Shelton could say or do.
Him the manager.
Like I just don't think he has done enough to have warranted it. It struck me as more of, hey,
Jason?
look, the team's playing well. Look, we're going to show you something.
I
Look,
get it. I get what Chris is saying. You're saying analytics and numbers wonk sort of drive a lot of decision making. That's fair. I get that perspective, but a manager also sets the culture, and he has allowed for things like Andrew McCutchen to come into that clubhouse, for players to take ownership of things. So I have no issue with the Derek Shelton extension. I agree with it. It's unfair to base evaluating him on wins and losses. The roster has been flawed.
Although expectations now ramp up.
Well, and they should, and the Pirates have performed commensurate with them so far. I have no issue with it. He's done a great job setting a culture around that team.
All right, we got to go to a break. When we come back a little bit later, we're gonna take a look at the Hall of Fame class the Pirates are having this summer and people who are not on it. We'll get into that. But next up, it's Steeler Draft Week. What are they going to do? We got thoughts next, right here on the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown.
#1 Cochran Sports Showdown is brought to you by #1 Cochran. Go one better.